Hello everyone, D Square here to review and break down the story of Uncanny X-Men number 6 as we continue along in this 10-part weekly series. As you can see, the cover commemorates Stan Lee, which is a nice touch. It was really cool to walk into the comic store and see all the Marvel titles that have a unified banner across. Truly awesome showing of respect to the late great Stan Lee. Now, of course, in the review of the actual issue, this issue explores the immediate aftermath of Psylocke ripping away the X-Man's control over Angel, thus turning him back into the Archangel. The X-Men teams come together after their respective missions and are now full force, minus the X-students, of course. This is an okay issue, and I say that because it did a good job of moving things along, but there are some choices here that are just, they don't make sense. We do get a lot of dialogue that shows us more of the X-Men's purpose and motivations, which I enjoy, because it does make him more identifiable. The reader can identify him more as a character. We do catch up with Armor, Legion, Rockslide, Glob, Pixie, and Jamie Madrox, and they also have some interesting dialogue with the X-Men before everything goes awry. So, sit back and enjoy as I now break down this issue, Uncanny X-Men number 6, X-Men Disassembled number 6. I hope you enjoy. X-Man, aka Nate Gray, means to bring about world peace with the help of his forcibly assembled council representing all sides of the mutant agenda. Xavier Institute Mistress Kitty Pryde representing genetic coexistence, X-Gene vaccine supporter Senator Allen representing human supremacy, and Ancient Mutant Apocalypse representing mutant supremacy. Meanwhile, X-Man's newly anointed Horsemen of Salvation, Magneto, Blob, Omega Red, and Angel cause havoc, remaking the world in accordance to their new vision. The X-Men engaged the Horsemen head-on, but unable to match their power, used a massive psychic strike to release the Dark Persona with Angel, Archangel. This comic starts off at the battle between Magneto and Angel versus the X-Men team of Storm, Polaris, Cannonball, Jubilee, Psylocke, and Nightcrawler. Psylocke has just yanked Angel from the X-Man's control, turning him into Archangel. Although Archangel is not pleased by this, he for some reason instantly attacks Magneto. Magneto refuses to fight and simply asks that Angel come back with him so that the X-Men can fix him. Again, for some reason that is not explained, Archangel attacks Magneto again, although this is very much unsuccessful because, of course, Magneto can control metal, and Archangel has metal wings and shoots metal razor feathers at him. So it was just never going to work. Not sure what he was trying to accomplish there. But Magneto does retreat through some sort of portal, and as he is disappearing, he lectures Psylocke about taking away Warren's piece. Archangel informs the X-Men that Magneto is not lying. He will never forgive Psylocke for what she has done. Psylocke starts to plead with Archangel that it was her only choice. Storm stops the conversation and takes over. Storm feels that Psylocke is too emotionally involved and emotionally drained to navigate this conversation correctly. Storm then just simply turns to Archangel and asks if he will help them find the X-Man. He states that he is undecided. The other team of X-Men, which include Jean, Bishop, Northstar, X-23, and Iceman, arrive at the aftermath of the battle. Storm and Jean give each other a sit-rep of each other's missions. Then Storm simply again turns to Angel and asks if he will help them. This is not explained or shown, but apparently Archangel does decide to show them where the X-Men is located. So then the combined team of the X-Men arrive at X-Man's temple, and they are met by the 3 remaining Horsemen. The Horsemen will not allow them to go any further. Jean Grey explains that they only want to talk to the X-Man. Jean Grey chides them on why the X-Man would hide and not show himself if he was so righteous and powerful. The X-Man then flashes in and tells Jean that he is not hiding and says that she needs to say what she came to say, and then after that, they will join him or be destroyed. Now, in another reality, Jean Grey is the X-Man's mother, whose name is Nathaniel Grey, as we've been calling him Nate Grey. She tries to invoke this by calling him Nate. He quickly explains that any sort of appeal to their biological link will not work. Jean tries to convince the X-Man to just talk with them. Let them help him. The X-Man informs Jean that they have already talked at length, and Jean agreed that the world is terrible and unredeemable. Jean is, of course, unaware of any conversation that she has had with him. The X-Man reminds Jean of a conversation with an old woman at a diner that she previously had. In this conversation, she agreed with the old woman that the world is terrible. Jean explains that the woman walked away before Jean could explain that there is always hope. The X-Man will not be deterred from bringing utopia, even at the cost of hundreds of thousands of lives. Jean, Psylocke, and Storm start to communicate telepathically, and they surmise that the Horsemen's power source is indeed the X-Men, so that's who they should attack and take out first. The X-Men can hear this, of course, and confirms their suspicion, but it doesn't matter, because they will not succeed. The X-Men charge the X-Man, and the X-Man deals with them easily. Armor, Legion, Glob, Rockslide, Pixie, and Jamie Madrox show up and approach the X-Man. They take no action against him. Armor simply asks him why, and states that she just wants to understand. The X-Man comments that no one has even asked him that, so he divulges that he is dying and wants to save the world before his death. Suddenly, Legion says that he has had enough of his talk and is going to send him back to the world he came from. Armor tells him to stop, but is too late. Armor, Rockslide, Pixie, Glob, and the X-Man himself all reappear in a very different place, and each have a very different appearance. Except for the X-Men, of course. He is still rocking the bare-chested Jesus bod motif. Well, there we have it. Some twists and turns for sure. Why is Archangel helping the X-Men if he's still upset about the reversion to the Angel of Death? What happened to the X-Man and the X-Students? Is this the age of the X-Men that I've been hearing about? Join me in my next review and breakdown of Uncanny X-Men number 7.